It is a light heavyweight matchup between Corey Anderson and Jan Blachowicz.
You ready to fight? Ready. Good.
He tags her. Head kick coming, it's blocked, Joe. Oh! Huge shot there, lands flush. Double leg takedown, stuffed. Just misses there with the left. And he connects there. Good right hand on the top, he's hurt! He's hurt! He's hurt! That's it! He's in! And that's gonna do it! Out! Wow! What a knockout! Man!
Beautiful KO for the victory early in the first.
Yeah, Joe, near perfect technique to land that seminal blow to finish the fight here in round one. And that's exactly the way a fighter draws it up. You don't absorb anything in terms of significant damage, and then you're able to knock your opponent out. So this is exactly the desired result for him here tonight.
Here we see it again. I mean, just stiff.
And there he is after the huge knockout turned in tonight. Near perfect execution and one of the bigger highlights of his UFC career. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 10 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Corey Anderson.
So there he is, the man of the moment. Certainly maximized the showcase here tonight, Joe. He gets a big win by way of the knockout. Certainly kept the judges out of it here tonight. Perhaps some bonus money is coming his way, but there will be no wiping the smile off of his face tonight. He will party deep into the night with his friends, his family. A huge knockout turned in by that man here tonight. And he has set himself up for a huge fight now, moving forward inside the octagon. All right, coming up next, it's a light heavyweight matchup between Gian Villante and Jimmy Manuwa.
Here we go, first round, you ready? You ready?
Well, no better way to pay homage to the history of pride in the UFC with this single night UFC. Oh! Devastating left hook. Wow!
Beautiful knockout here early in the first.
Yes, sir, it goes into the books as a first-round win by knockout, near perfect execution. The technique was absolutely gorgeous, and again, when you catch a guy early, maybe you're getting him cold before he's had a chance to work up a sweat or even get into the fight a little bit. Those strikes can have a bigger effect, and it certainly did here tonight.
Take a look at this from a different angle. Ba-boom!
So a seminal moment for him here tonight as he gets the huge knockout victory. That could hold up as one of the better knockouts of the year. All right, the official decision is in. It resides with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 31 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Jimmy Poster Boy Manuwa.
So just the way he drew it up here tonight, what a monumental moment and knockout to get his hand raised here tonight. He kept the judges out of it. He has certainly set himself up for a major opportunity here moving forward. But you can be sure tonight is about this knockout. He'll be celebrating deep into the night with his friends, his family, his coaches. Congratulations on a big KO tonight.
Relaxing attitude. You think you got it, we got it too. Only difference is my cloud is too massive, reactive when now we got you in the Mozu. This is tribal.
Coming up next, it's a light heavyweight matchup between Chael Sonnen and Vitor Belfort.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, so this UFC Grand Prix tournament is coming up next. This format has been all the rage with a lot of the hardcore mixed martial arts fans. Oh! How about that shin?
Nice head kick.
Chael Sonnen gets caught with that punch. Don't be afraid to get that head off the center line.
He's got to move. He's in the mounted crucifix now.
Big elbow
beautiful
there,
elbow. Oh! Big hammer fist. Inside control here.
That is it.
Goodness! Oh my goodness!
Chael Sonnen, your winner!
And here's the end. Let's take a look at that from a different camera. Check it out here. Boom.
Well, hard to perform much better than he did tonight. A huge knockout under the lights. They'll be talking about that one for some time. Now we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 25 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Chael Sonnen!
So Chael Sonnen gets the job done yet again here tonight. You know this is a fighter who has visions of a UFC middleweight championship, and this result and performance here tonight is a huge step in that direction.
You think you got it, we got it too. Only difference is my cloud is too match. Rival in him out with a right blow, then he get this pyro.
All right, coming up next, it's a light heavyweight matchup between Patrick Durkin Cummins and Gokhan Saki.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Well, how good is this? Reminds me of the good old days of Pride, the UFC Grand Prix single night tournament. This has been highly anticipated by fight fans around the world. And remember, if you sustain damage, that could affect you later on in this one-night tournament.
Oh! He hurt him! This could be it right here. Nice. Oh! He hurt him! Oh, look at this! Who saw that coming? Beautiful strike here to end the fight early in the first.
Yeah, Joe, we're just getting going, and there's the end of the fight. So it's a win by first-round knockout, near perfect on the technique. I'm not even sure his opponent saw that thing coming, and really, before his opponent had a chance to get in the fight at all and land anything in terms of a significant strike, he was knocked out. So major, major transpiration here tonight.
And here we see it again. Boom! And then he's out.
And there he is, all smiles. What a huge knockout he turned in here tonight. That is one they'll be talking about for some time. All right, the official decision is in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 15 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Gokhan the Rebel Saki.
So there's the man of the moment, just the way he drew it up here tonight as he gets his hand raised and does so emphatically by way of the KO. Perhaps some bonus money is coming his way at the end of the night. I'm not sure. Still a few fights to go. but at the very least, you can be sure his next fight will be a big one, and he will celebrate deep into the night with his teammates, his coaches, and his friends after this monumental victory here under the bright lights tonight. At Madison Square Garden in New York City.
Oh, look at this! Who saw that coming?
Big shots being landed on both sides here.
Oh, we got tagged! Oh, he tagged him to the left.
He's got him hurt here.
Threw everything into that uppercut, but fell short.
Oh, he found the target there. That'll work.
Oh, he got tagged again. He's hurt.
So holding on to him here, not doing a ton, perhaps just looking to recover. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? And now he's got the tie clinch. Stuffs the takedown, no problem. We cross the midpoint in round one.
Nice, very nicely done. Stuffed it, stuffed it. Struggling in the clinch here.
Oh, beautiful throw there, well-timed, well-executed.
Tries to pass, but doesn't make it. He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground. Threw a lot of... Wow! He is stumbling. He's in big, big trouble. Nice leg kick.
And just inches away from landing one of those big right hands.
Oh! He's out! Oh! Tremendous hook, landed flush for the victory.
Yeah, Joe, I'm not sure if that's the way he drew it up, but a huge result for him here tonight as he gets the win by way of knockout, and that's about as good a one-strike finish as we've seen here in the UFC in recent memory. I'm not even sure the opponent saw it coming, so a big, big win for him here tonight.
Look at this. Boom! Wow!
So a strong candidate for some bonus money there. A huge knockout for him here tonight. Near perfect execution. They'll be talking about this result for some time.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 24 seconds in the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson.
Man, so with an entire nation on his back, Alexander Gustafsson gets the job done yet again. When he puts it all together, there may be no more exciting fighter on this UFC roster. You got to think before his career is said and done, Gustafsson will eventually be belted with that elusive UFC gold.
The difference is my cloud is too massive, reactive when actors give malice to anybody we close to.
It's a light heavyweight matchup between Lyoto the Dragon Machida and Jon Jones.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, we are getting underway here at Madison Square Garden in New York City. All right, Lyoto Machida ready to go for round one. Perhaps we'll see a little bit of a feeling out process here. Lyoto Machida, a very difficult guy to prepare for, to get a feel on. You know he's a fast starter, and he has a lot of first-round wins to his credit, but when it comes to the opponent, perhaps some tentativeness in the early going as they try to get a beat on what Lyoto Machida is trying to do. Wow!
Oh, he's getting hit.
Oh, he might be out.
Oh, what a leg kick. Big leg kick win. Oh, he nailed him.
He's got him hurt here. Back to the well with that right hand. It's no good.
Lyoto Machida with a vicious leg kick.
Straight right hand now, just missed.
He's in big trouble here.
He's out!
A huge roundhouse kick for the knockout.
Oh, that was a no-doubter, Joe. That might even impress the likes of Edson Barboza. A tremendous kick to spell the end of the night for his opponent tonight. He couldn't have caught him much more flush than that, Joe. Full force, beautifully extends the leg right to the target, and that is the end of the fight. You got to think his paycheck could be $50,000 richer after that highlight turned in here tonight.
Watch this again here. Boom.
So a huge result and a seminal moment for him here tonight as he gets the big knockout win. That could hold up as one of the better KOs of the year.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean is calling a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 52 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Lyoto, the Dragon Machida.
All right, so congratulations go out to the former UFC champion, Lyoto the Dragon Machida, as he starts to enjoy this moment with his corner. This was a vintage effort out of Machida. He could conceivably now work his way back to a title fight if he can keep up with performances like this. Lyoto Machida is in the mix. All right, coming up next, a matchup at 205 pounds between Antonio Rogerio Nogueira and Glover Teixeira.
Ready? You ready?
We are ready to go with round one here. All right, ready to go for round one as Glover Teixeira works his way to the center of the octagon. This man has power for days. Oh, huge right hand! The left hook hits home.
This fight is dangerously close to being stopped. Boom! Shin to the dome. Nice jab.
Nogueira gets in the clinch. Hook in the clinch there by Teixeira. Nogueira's got double underhooks.
And this could be it.
Oh, straight right. Body shot, body. He blocks the punch. Nice defense on the single leg takedown. You can tell he's worked on that.
Trying to spin to the back.
Oh, so an interesting decision there as he decides to stand up and relinquish the dominant position. How about that shin?
Beautiful right leg kick there.
Oh, man, defensively leaving a lot to be desired there. He moved right into that hook. His head was wide open and there for the taking. Let's see if he can make some adjustments here moving forward. Big power shot there. Try to establish that jab. Oh, nice jab there by Teixeira. Just over 3 minutes to go round one.
He completes the takedown.
And he landed the right hand there.
That one hurt.
No, Garrett gets caught with that punch. He'd be wise to get those hands up, Joe. Oh, that hurt him. Oh, he might be out.
His hands.
Yeah, Joe, beautiful shot to end the fight right there. It couldn't have landed much more flush than it did, and I'm not even sure the opponent saw it coming, quite frankly. So, near perfect execution on the strike that ultimately results in the KO here tonight.
Here it is again from another angle. Check it out again. And he's out.
Well, what a moment for this fighter here tonight. A massive knockout on the sport's biggest stage. Seminal moment for that fighter tonight. Now we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine is going to stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 46 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Antonio!
So just the way he drew it up here tonight, what a monumental moment and knockout to get his hand raised here tonight. He kept the judges out of it. He has certainly set himself up for a major opportunity here moving forward. But you can be sure tonight is about this knockout. He'll be celebrating deep into the night with his friends, his family, his coaches. Congratulations on a big KO tonight.
We lesson attitude. You think you bout it, we bout it too. Only difference is my cloud is too massive. We active when actors give malice to anybody we close. Now we gotta do in the Mozu. This is tribal.
All right, coming up next, it's a light heavyweight tilt between Daniel Cormier and Misha Serkunov.
First round, you ready? You ready?
Well, this building has hosted some of the biggest fights in boxing history, and now, wow!
He goes for a head kick and he's down. Oh, he missed that kick.
Pretty good shot there.
Nice takedown. Full side control. He's moving into full mount. Hurt him with the right hand. He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground. And he executed a very nice sweep here and wound up in guard. He's cut over his right eyebrow. He's getting stacked here by Daniel, and big punches are going to come if Daniel can control his position here.
Cormier's hammer fist, that one blocked. Just over 3 minutes to go. Serkunov gets caught with that punch. 3 minutes in our opening round.
Good shot to the head. They're canceling each other out. Excellent movement on the ground here, always trying to better his position. He's stacking him again.
Oh, hammer fist here by Cormier. Right punches there. Left hand. And busy as he looks to improve position here.
Now he's stacking him. He lands a big shot from the bottom.
Making all these shots count.
Excellent movement on the ground here. Constantly moving, constantly staying busy. Moves to north-south. It looks like he's trying to set up the north-south choke. Yes, he is. That choke looks locked up tight. He wants to move his opponent's left arm out of the way. That's the arm that's defending. Once he gets that out of the way, then he can work the choke. He's tapping. That's it. He got him. He got the choke for the tap.
So yeah, it came down to tap out or go to sleep, and his opponent chose the former. The choke was clearly sunk in deep. Perfect technique, and ultimately that is one of the bigger wins of his career. He gets it done by submission here tonight.
And here we can see it again. That's a
All right, we now go inside the octagon, where Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mario Yamasaki has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 44 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out, Daniel D.C.
All right, so another big win for Daniel Cormier here tonight. It's not always the prettiest thing, but it is certainly effective. He can wrestle. He's got a very opportunistic submission game. The takedown seems to always be there when DC needs to go to it. And I think the fight IQ is really what jumps out of the arena for me here tonight. This might be the smartest fighter on the roster. He's got the toughness to back it up. DC, perhaps a future UFC Hall of Famer, certainly getting the job done here tonight. All right, coming up next, a light heavyweight matchup between Corey Anderson and Jimmy Manuwa.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Well, it's a building that has hosted so many classic fights. We are underway. Oh! Fists blocked.
He's covering up, doing a nice job of blocking those shots from the top.
Hammer fist blocked.
Now he's in full guard. There he swung with a haymaker.
Effective punch there by Anderson.
Oh! This could be it right here. Oh, look at this! Who saw that coming?
Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his feet.
Big straight punch. It's in. He's deep. He's going to clasp the hands together. Oh! He got hurt very, very badly. Big shots!
Oh, he slams him down with authority. Oh, landed the left hand there.
Excellent movement and transitions here on the ground, staying busy. He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground.
Oh, hammer fist here by Anderson.
Side control again. A little bit uneventful. Working from the mounted crucifix. Oh, that was a big left hand he connected. Oh!
The ground strikes continue to pile up.
Back to side control. He's got the mounted crucifix. This is dangerous.
Gets caught with that punch. He's got to figure out a way to get that guard higher, Joe.
Big punch from the bottom. There's a nice left hand. He lands a huge elbow to the head.
Big left.
Big
how
left
good is that left hand? 90 seconds to go now.
Excellent movement here on the ground. Into full guard, nice reversal. He's gonna try to take the back, I think. He's got his back. He's in half guard.
Effective punch there by Anderson. 1 minute to go here in the opening round.
Excellent movement on the ground here, always trying to better his position. He's got half guard. Back to the guard position. He postures into place. Moved into full mount.
30 seconds now to go in the round.
In half guard position.
20 seconds left.
Oh, he got reversed. Now he's back into full guard.
Final seconds here in round one. Elbow now to the head. That one landed by Anderson.
Tries to pass, but doesn't make it.
The downs for the end of round one. All right, there's the horn. What a round it was. Back and forth we go. Both fighters landed knockdown strikes in that round. We'll see which corner can maximize these 60 seconds between frames. Joey missed with that straight right attempt.
Looking to avoid that left hand. Oh, he tagged him! He's got to be careful here. He's in trouble.
Huge shot there, lands flush. Oh!
Big right hand.
Huge right hand!
He's clearly hurt.
Oh! Another knockdown!
Unbelievable!
That is it.
Huge punch for the victory.
Yeah, Joe, a near-perfect strike to end the fight and end the night for his opponent, who candidly may not have even seen that shot coming. So just the way he drew it up, exactly what he told us. The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 46 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, Corey Anderson.
So there he is, the man of the moment. Certainly maximized the showcase here tonight, Joey. Gets a big win by way of the knockout. Certainly kept the judges out of it here tonight. Perhaps some bonus money is coming his way, but there will be no wiping the smile off of his face tonight. He will party deep into the night with his friends, his family. A huge knockout turned in by that man here tonight. And he has set himself up for a huge fight now, moving forward inside the octagon. All right, coming up next, it's a light heavyweight matchup between Chael Sonnen and Gokhan Saki.
You ready? You ready?
Well, how good is this? Reminds me of the good old days of Pride, the UFC Grand Prix single night tournament. This has been highly anticipated by fight fans around the world. And remember, if you sustain damage, that could affect you later on in this one-night tournament.
He lands a huge elbow to the head.
Right back up to his feet.
Front kick to the face.
He's got him hurt here. Oh! And a knee. And busy as he looks to improve position here. Back to the feet now. Chael Sonnen goes for the takedown. He misses. Switching stances here. How about that shin? Checks the leg kick. Throwing that jab yet again out of range. Blocks the shot.
He's got to try to take him down again. And he's looking for that left. That one hurt.
Well, he's always working off of that jab. Nice jab there by Sonnen. Keeps going back to that jab, keeps throwing that jab, but unable to land. Oh, he's playing. Oh!
He got hurt bad. Back to his feet again. Amazing. Now he tags him with the left.
Just over 3 minutes now to go in round one. All right, coming up next, it's a light heavyweight matchup between Chael Sonnen and Gokhan Saki.
You ready? You ready?
Well, how good is this? Reminds me of the good old days of Pride, the UFC Grand Prix single night tournament. This has been highly anticipated by fight fans around the world. And remember, if you sustain damage, that could affect you later on in this one-night tournament.
He lands a huge elbow to the head.
Right back up to his feet.
Front kick to the face.
He's got him hurt here. Oh! And a knee. And busy as he looks to improve position here. Back to the feet now. Chael Sonnen goes for the takedown. He misses. Switching stances here. How about that shin? Checks the leg kick. jab yet again out of range. Blocks the shot.
He's got to try to take him down again. And he's looking for that left. That one hurt.
Well, he's always working off of that jab. Nice jab there by Sonnen. Keeps going back to that jab, keeps throwing that jab, but unable to land. Oh, he's playing. Oh!
Remember that. Back to his feet again. Amazing. Now he tags him to the left.
Just over 3 minutes now to go in round one. Goes in and secures the takedown.
Excellent movement here on the ground. Huge elbow lands to the head. Oh, that's it. It's over. He's out.
Chael Sonnen, your winner.
Ground and pound knockout.
Yeah, Joe, safe to say he wasn't stalling or looking for a referee stand-up. He was looking to pound his opponent's head through the canvas, and he nearly did so with some of those hammer fists, man. He wasn't trying to score. He was trying to put an exclamation point on a most dominant performance here tonight, and he certainly did that as he ends the fight by knockout.
Let's see that again. Ba-boom!
So there he is after a monumental knockout turned in here tonight. That is one they will be talking about for quite some time. We go inside the octagon to Bruce Buffer for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mugliata has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 31 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Chael Sonnen!
So Chael Sonnen gets the job done yet again here tonight. You know this is a fighter who has visions of a UFC middleweight championship, and this result and performance here tonight is a huge step in that direction.
You ready to fight? Ready.
We are underway. Well, still smack dab in the middle of his fighting prime, here is Sweden's Alexander Gustafsson. Twice has fought for the UFC light heavyweight title. Twice came close to winning it. Oh, man! And really starting to make these shots count. Oh, that'll do it!
Goodness! Oh, my goodness! And here's the end. Here's a vicious kick that results in a knockdown. Caught him right there, had him in all sorts of trouble. Check it out here. Boom! Out cold.
So a strong candidate for some bonus money there. A huge knockout for him here tonight. Near perfect execution. They'll be talking about this result for some time.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 35 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Alexander the Mauler Gustafsson.
So congratulations to Alexander Gustafsson. You know, he's got the entire nation of Sweden on his back, and he rises to the occasion yet again. I really feel like when Gustafsson puts it all together, he looks like the best light heavyweight on the planet, and you gotta think just how exciting he is and how skilled a technician he is that he will eventually get that UFC gold before his career is said and done. It's a light heavyweight matchup between Antonio Rogerio Nogueira and Daniel Cormier.
Ready to fight? Ready.
Here we go. All right, here's Little Nog Rogerio Nogueira ready to go for round one. You know about the boxing skills, also brings some submission skills to the table, and at times has been a fast start. You can ask Patrick Cummins about that, as a first-round finish of Tito Ortiz to his credit as well. Luis Kane got knocked out in less than 2 minutes. You gotta be weary of the Little Nog power, especially in the first few minutes. All right, so here we go with round one, and you gotta be mindful of those overhand punches if you're his opponent. You know it's a big part of his game plan. Every time out, it's his go-to punch. We'll see if he can find a home for it here tonight. Lands a punch there, Joe. Whoa! He's got him hurt here.
Oh, look at this! Who saw that coming? Could be it. He's getting tagged. Woo! Woo! Look at that jab.
Nice defense on the single leg takedown. You can tell he's worked on that. Oh, huge right hand. And busy as he looks to improve position here.
I don't like this style of fighting. I don't like it. I don't like when a guy holds a guy down. However, it is effective. Inside control. And now he's in north-south.
Just over 3 minutes now to go.
He's back to side control. Working from the mounted crucifix. Big punch from the top. Wow.
Wow.
What a fight.
Wow.
Ground and pound knockout.
Yeah, Joe, the finish comes courtesy of some outstanding ground and pound, and it's one thing to try to score when you have your opponent in a compromised position on the ground. It's another thing to try to end the fight, and that's exactly what he was trying to do here tonight. Elbows and punches and hammer fists, one weapon after the next, and ultimately the knockout materializes. Nicely done there.
Let's take a look at that again. Great angle here. Boom! And that is all she wrote.
Now we go inside the octagon. Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean's called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 9 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Daniel D.C. Cormier.
Well, what else can you say about the UFC light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier, and still approaching 40 years old, and DC still finding a way to get it done. Very opportunistic when it comes to his submission game, picks his spots well in the striking realm as well. It is going to take a Herculean effort from the fellow 205ers to dethrone the champion, Daniel. It is a light heavyweight showdown between Corey Anderson and the American gangster, Chael P. Sumner. All right, we are underway here at the famed Madison Square Garden right in New York City. Oh! Big right hand!
Back up to his feet. Trying to take the back here.
Hammer fist blocked.
He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground. He's going to try to take the back, I think. Big left
Joe,
punch.
that is a huge left hand.
Excellent movement on the ground here, always trying to better his position.
Big left.
Excellent movement on the ground here, constantly moving, constantly staying busy. He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground. Postures up.
Chael Sonnen gets caught by that blistering elbow.
Side control again.
2 minutes have gone by here, round one.
He's now back in north-south again.
Under 3 now to go in round one. And busy as he looks to improve position here.
Excellent movement here on the ground. He's looking to take the back. Excellent movement and transitions here on the ground, staying busy. He's working from half guard now.
Just over 2 minutes to go.
Good punch.
Under 2 minutes now to go round one.
Now he's moved back in a full guard. Excellent movement on the ground here, always trying to better his position.
Nice punch there by Sonnen.
Trying to pass there, but he gets stopped. A little bit uneventful. Excellent movement on the ground here, constantly moving, constantly staying busy. He's trying to set up that Kimura and look for that position. He's got it. From here, he wants to rotate his body and put his leg on his opponent's back and then put his other leg on the back of his opponent's head. Lifts that wrist up and towards his opponent's back. Strength and technique, perfect technique. The round was about to end, sunk into submission and got the victory.
Well, yeah, Joe, you could tell he was going to stop at nothing to leave the judges out of this one here tonight. He was focused on getting the win and getting it by submission, and you saw him in hot pursuit of it much earlier in the round, but he didn't want to rush it. Then there was an opening there late, largely caused by a beautiful setup, and the submission comes late in the round. High-level stuff there.
And here we see it again. Beautiful submission victory.
So a seminal moment for this fighter here tonight as he gets the win by submission. Huge victory in his career, and here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 24 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by submission, Corey Anderson.
So there he is, your winner by way of submission, and candidly, Joe, I'm not sure this night could have gone any better. He did have some doubters coming in. He said, I got to mute those naysayers. and they're not going to keep quiet unless I can actually get this guy out of there. So mission accomplished. No judges necessary tonight. He gets the submission, and now all that's left is to celebrate with his coaches and training partners. What a moment for this oncoming fighter here tonight.
First one, you ready? You ready?
Well, how good is this? Reminds me of the good old days of Pride, the UFC Grand Prix.
He's hurt! Powerful jab.
Now goes in and secures the takedown.
Look at that. Nice. Oh, big shot from the top. He landed a hard hammer fist.
Oh, how did that not cut him open? Postures up. Huge elbow from the top.
Covering up, doing an excellent job of stopping the ground and pound.
Able to land with the left hand. Oh, he blocked that offense, Joe. Just misses there with the left. How about that shin?
Looking to avoid that left hand. Misses a huge hook to the head.
Oh,
he hurt him. He clipped him.
He's got him hurt here. Oh!
Look at this, takedown. He's got him flattened out.
Trying to get under the chin.
Trying to work that arm under the neck for the choke. He's got it. He's got the arm under the neck now. And he gets out of that rear naked choke. He's doing a great job of moving and transitioning here on the ground. Trying to spin to the back.
Midway through round one.
Nice shot to the head. Oh, he's hurt. That's it. The fight is over. TKO victory. He was not intelligently defending himself. Too many big shots get through, and that's the end of the fight.
Yeah, wouldn't mind seeing that again. Exciting flurry at the end of this fight. It was the one big strike that started it all, dropped the opponent, led to that knockdown, and ultimately created the opening to jump in and force the stoppage. Referee made the right call stepping in here.
And here it is again. This is the beginning of the end. Huge shots. Referee stops the fight.
So a massive TKO win for him here tonight. He put it all together, near perfect execution, and he gets one of the bigger wins of his UFC career. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Referee Mario Yamasaki is called to stop for this contest at 2 minutes, 16 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Daniel D.C.
Well, what else can you say about the UFC light heavyweight champion Daniel Cormier, and still approaching 40 years old, and DC still finding a way to get it done. Very opportunistic when it comes to his submission game, picks his spots well in the striking realm as well. It is going to take a Herculean effort from the fellow 205ers to dethrone the champion, Daniel Cormier.
Relaxing attitude. You think you got it, we got it too. Only difference is my cloud is too massive, reactive when so true. Already be so much we go through.
All right, coming up next, it's a light heavyweight championship fight between Corey Anderson and Daniel Cormier.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, here we go. Doesn't get much bigger than this. 5 rounds if needed for the UFC's light heavyweight championship. Cormier gets caught with that punch. He'd be wise to get those hands up, Joe. Oh!
Oh, look at this. Who saw that coming? Nice hook to the body.
Now goes in and secures the takedown.
Working from the mounted crucifix. Beautiful hammer fist. He lands a big shot from the bottom. He's looking to work that mounted crucifix.
Joe doing a nice job here staying busy from the bottom.
Good right hand by Cormier.
Right hand. And busy as he looks to improve position here.
Back to side control.
Well, not ideal to spend this much time on the bottom, but you can't fault him for his activity. Landing strikes here from the bottom. Nice work by Anderson.
Excellent movement here on the ground. And now he is in side control. And now he's in full mount. He's posturing up here.
Joe, the hammer fists keep on coming. They're getting blocked here.
Unbelievable. TKO victory. He was not intelligently defending himself. Nice victory.
Yeah, Joe, you're right. It was that one big strike that started it all to drop his opponent and then ultimately create a further opening to jump in and force the referee stoppage. So a flurry at the end of this fight and a big TKO victory for that young man here tonight.
And here we see one more time. Big shots unanswered, not defending himself. The referee comes in to save him.
And there he is, the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world. What a moment for fighter and team tonight as he wins the gold by TKO.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 56 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO and new undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Cormier.
Well, he's been talking about those 2 words throughout fight week, and new UFC champion. He completes the mission here tonight, and you can see the emotion spilling over. Absolutely incredible what this fighter was able to accomplish, and it is going to take a special performance to dethrone the new UFC champion of the world.